Okay, so last build video I was at 100 subscribers, and now I'm at 500. Oh, okay, now it's at 700, and now it's at 800. This is happening really fast. I don't even know what to say. I didn't even expect to hit 500 subscribers until like all the Prehardmode videos were done. It's honestly a little intimidating, but thank you for subscribing. It makes me very happy. The ranged Prehardmode video has been underway for a while, and while it is technically on journey mode, I will be bumping up the difficulty up to expert mode. And now to expertly transition over to talking about the build. So this build was meant to be a recreation of Team Fortress 2's very own 2-fort. But I may have grossly overestimated my own building skills. More on that later. In case you aren't familiar with the map, I'm going to give you a really simple version of it. It has 2 forts, hence the name, and they're separated by a bridge in the middle. So I will be making that now. If you're wondering why I'm doing these colors, it's because I'm trying to stay accurate to the map, at least for now. I'm adding some different blocks here to give it some more texture and some walls in the back to complete the bridge. Now on to the fort. Red Side's fort. So I'm going to speed up the footage a lot more while I talk about the grief that I went through making this side. So earlier I mentioned that I grossly overestimated my building skills, and this is what I meant. The transition from a detailed 3-dimensional map to a Terraria 2D build was a little bit too much for me to do at this skill level. I was having so much difficulty with doing this that I even started to paint the sand before checking my reference pictures again. And as I worked up to the tower part, I got increasingly fed up with just how bad it looked. So I decided to give it a rest and go work on Blue Fort. This time, abandoning the idea of trying to replicate it in this build. After testing some of the colors, I decided to make the outline for the base. And after sleeping on it for a night, I found a great use for Red Fort. So I'm just going to go ahead and lazily fill in the area back here, put up some walls, and then blow it up. Now I can convey this idea that the battle between them has finally ended and Blue Team won. I'm super proud of this idea. It helps give it so much more character to the build and like a story behind it. And now back over to Blue Fort. I'm gonna add some detail outside and then some more inside. And now I'm making these little support beams because I rewatched the Chaos video. And just like in his video, I'm gonna be changing out some of the different blocks for the rooms. Adding a little room back here. This will be the mines. A little chain going down for it. Now to get rid of this blue paint because it really doesn't look very good. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and keep the roofs blue. But how can you tell that this is blue team if there isn't any blue? Simple. You make a giant obnoxious sign. Adding some detail inside the base for some style and so that people can actually move in. Now I'm painting the sand again, both expanding it, and then adding in some orange paint in there to give it some more texture. You can't totally see it in the video, but if you ever are gonna do a build like this, I would highly recommend it. I think it looks really good. And with that, it is done. I'm really pleased with how it turned out in the end, especially with such a shaky start. But this build was tough, not just because of the premise or the complexity. It made me consider whether or not I should even do build videos in the first place. With how the channel's blowing up right now, I really didn't want people to see, this, and decide not to subscribe. It was a tough call. It took a lot of internal debate, but the conclusion that I reached is that these build videos are worth stunting my growth for. These build videos are a way for me to be myself with my audience. At least I view them that way. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a building video or something like that. It's more so the idea of a video that can be casual. A video that doesn't need a heavy script or a ton of editing. It's just, me and some decent background footage is something that I like doing. I mean, I'm not gonna do, like, CSGO surfing videos while I talk about, stupid crap. It's not like that. I just think that videos like that will allow me to be, well, me. And I value that a lot. And it's something that I would like to continue to do with my channel as it goes forward. That really came out of nowhere, didn't it? And now I'm gonna end the video out of nowhere.